Alright, hello everybody. It is almost 10 o'clock at night and I just can't wait to see how this came out, so I wanted to pop the action out of the stock before I went to bed, which I need to do toot sweet because I'm setting the alarm for 4 a.m. to go sit in front of Big 5 Sporting Goods from 4:30 until 10 a.m. when they open, because they're getting, oh my goodness, 200 whole rounds of 9mm I can buy. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm doesn't pick up those words and ding my underperforming channel. Alright, so this usually takes a little bit of hairy carry, but nothing that causes damage. So that's out. Yep, just like that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that. Have to do a little bit of cleanup, of course. Hit it with a heat gun and razor blade. That came out great. I was worried that it was going to be thin back here, but it actually came out great. Yeah, we'll clean up the clay. No big deal. It actually came out absolutely gorgeous. Really just perfect. And take a look at the action. Oh, those little bits of resin just fell right off. No damages. There's a little line of resin. There's always a little line right here. Just comes right off. So just like that. There's no problem at all. Fantastic. Alright, so hopefully I get out here tomorrow. We'll trim this up. We'll get this the action back in there. Open up these holes so that the factory screws fit, and then we're gonna glass bed the trigger guard in there, a little extra space so that we can get some squish. Okay, we'll see you all soon. Well, I won't see you. You'll see me soon. Good night. Okay, hello again everybody. I did not take you along with me as I glass bedded the trigger guard into the stock, but I can tell you what I did. I used plasticine modeling clay and filled this gap all the way around the bottom of the trigger guard so I wouldn't get a glue lock. And then I laid in 2 little cut pieces of electrical tape on the screw bosses to give it a little bit of clearance so that without the tape I'll have some squish room. Hopefully I should. And then I mixed up a slurry and applied it all the way around the inside edge. You can see the remnants of the plasticine modeling clay here, and I'm not really too concerned about it because it is hidden underneath the trigger guard. I'll probably take a plastic brush in there and clean it up a little bit better, but it really doesn't matter. So everything's a perfect fit right now. It'll probably loosen up in time, but I think the easiest way to assemble this at this point is the trigger guard snaps into place here. It's a quite perfect fit. So I'm putting that in first. Then we have to set the this safety part of the trigger here. Pull that back with a screwdriver or an Allen wrench or something. Now, as we put it in, the trigger is going to have to be pulled back so that we can get this adjustment screws raised boss into its hole, and we have to hold the safety button on the trigger guard while it goes in so that this little notch will engage where it needs to be. So I'm just going to start it in here and hold the safety button. I'll just turn it upside down and push the action in. See how that works. Yep, that worked. And pull this back, and there we go. So I pulled the trigger back. I was holding the safety button. This pushed out a little bit. It popped back in. I did try a couple times putting the action in first and then the trigger guard, and that was really hard. This seems like it's easier to put the trigger guard on first and then the action. So, well, let's put a screw in there. I know this is the wrong size screwdriver, but there's no torque at all. I'm just running it in there. I would not put the slightest bit of torque on it with a wrong size screwdriver. And now, and that's because this bit holder has lost its magnet. Alright, got that finished, and it fits in there. And let's put the rear trigger guard screw in there. These are gunsmithing screwdriver bits. Oops, that wasn't good, but didn't cause any damage. And make sure you maintain downward pressure to keep it from slipping out, but I really wasn't torquing them. I'm not going to go shoot the gun right now. I didn't want to crank it down. I just wanted them both a little bit snug so we can find out. And this is such a good fit. I need to clean out, oops, you can't see, I need to clean out the forearm holes yet. I got to drill them out because right now I have glue threads from gluing the bolt in, and I'm going to have to use a Forstner bit and recut the countersunk hole. But it's such a perfect fit for the purpose of this test. It's fine because we no longer have an action that wiggles in the wood. The action is now absolutely a seamless part of the wood. It's become a single package. And so now it's going to be a lot more pleasant to shoot. We ought to be capable of shooting, well, we ought to be capable of doing follow-through effectively, and then I can finally see how the gun is performing accuracy-wise and determine whether we need to continue with cutting the crown off or not. I mean, cutting the choke off or not. Okay, so that's it for now. I've got at least another hour of cleaning all the wax and PVA, modeling clay off, open up these holes in the forearm, and then, oh, and I have to degas the gun again so that I can take the action apart and clean up all the clay from the rear end of it. And it was a real pain in the butt airing it up. This pump we got, it works, but boy, I had to rig it up different from how they intended, trying to stop leaks. It's a kind of a pain in the butt, but not looking forward to doing that again. Almost got blisters. I mean, should only take a few pumps, but there's so many little leaks. You had to pump, and get it up. And I got it pretty close. I think I got it like 24 bar. Supposed to be 26 max. I'll get it close. So take it apart, do all that cleaning up, get it back together again, so the next thing is going to be to shoot it after we get all the cleaning done. Okay, I'll check back in with you probably in a few days. It'll probably take a little while to get this out to the gun range and be able to report back on what's going on. In the meantime, I'll be jumping back on the HW90 because that guy's 80th birthday is coming up, and I do want to perform for him, so we'll be getting back on that here on the next day. Okay, bye.